It's Jackie and I'm here to show you what's inside my journal once again. This book is totally done now. This is my August and September 2016 book. Look how chunky it got. Oh, I don't like chunky. And now that we're in October, it should be finished. So we're going to do a completed flip through today as usual. So I'm going to flip through the first 3 quarters pretty quickly because you guys have seen that already. And then I'll talk about the last from September 16th to September 30th in detail like I usually do. But this way we just have to do one video and you can see everything that's in here. So start with my acetate page, a little bit of some sloppy hand lettering. And I always start my books with the selfie, lots of writing. I love these pages. I think these might be the prettiest ones in the book. Pink pages. I got my weather every day. Got some yellow. Lister's got a list. Then I get into some scrappy pages, all my escape rooms. And yeah, more escape rooms, some doodling here, lots of jewel tone colors, some mixed media, and I think this book turned out really good considering, you know, I used the, I mentioned before, the My Mind's Eye Ashbury Heights collection to do this book, and I did not love it. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling really over My Mind's Eye. I've worked with 2 of their collections this year, and I just find them hard to use. So despite that, though, I think the book turned out really nice. I used up a lot of stuff in my stash, so that was good. I find using all these different colors lets me use up just random bits that I've got kicking around. So that's always good. Got lots of stamping on these pages. Use some alphas. More scrappy pages. Oh, that's right. This one's a card. Yeah. So this is my last one of these journals. I'm switching journal formats after this, and I'll tell you all about it. It might be a separate video. We'll see how long this video is and how much we can talk about. But first I want to just show you this one. Oh, my tip-ins. I try never to use tip-ins, but sometimes I do. Yeah, I think you've seen all these. If you're new to my channel, just check out the Fauxbonichi playlist. And I've got flip-throughs for the last year of every journal I've been keeping. And I think we're getting near the end of it. Oh, yeah, that's the page. Love those pages too. I think the bright ones are my favorite though. Like these, I love these pages. And more scrappy pages. And I think this is the first new page that you haven't seen. So the last scrappy page in this section, my brother-in-law came to visit. His name's Alan, so I just said Alan came to visit, and I just die cut a little tag. I wanted to try out some of my new dies. These ones were from On Trend, My Mind's Eye, and I'm just using up some alphas. You're going to kind of see in this last half, I tried to use up as many old alphas that were in my stash, that have been in my stash for years, as I could. So a lot of random alphas. This is an Amy Tangerine die cut random journaling card from my stash, and a picture of my husband with his brother. And for some reason they're always punchy, so they have fists in that picture. You guys have seen those ones, and you saw this one before. I think this one was filled in. This one was not. I didn't add anything extra to it. I just put some writing on it. And then we get into the new pages. So these ones, I just felt like doing a color wash background, so I used my Inktense pencils and a baby wipe, and I just wiped some on, and I just kind of did it randomly, and I used a stencil, and I tried to make that look a little messy. I used some Amy Tangerine stickers because I did have donuts and hot drinks that day, and I just took a picture that it was a rainy day, because rain was, you know, at this point it was probably 2 or 3 months since I'd seen any rain, so it was pretty interesting. And then just some scraps and some more of the Amy Tangerine die cuts. Just have a couple of those left. Another lister's got a list page. The next one is called Broken Printer. So I use a Canon Selfie to print all my pictures. My Canon Selfie, I guess you guys might be interested to hear this. It broke right outside of warranty. It was 15 months old. The warranty was a year. So you can see a picture of where I completely dismantled it after Canon tech support told me they don't repair consumer grade printers. So in the end I had to replace it, so I took a picture of the box that the new one came in. The Canon store did give me a deal on it, so I was satisfied with it. They're sending me $50 worth of free ink and paper for my inconvenience. And they gave me 20% off on the new one, so it's not so bad. but I was pretty frustrated when it was broken. Luckily, my sister lives upstairs and I could just borrow her printer. So yeah, I just used, you know, I just cut up a journaling card for my spots here. Again, using up old alphas in my stash and just some coordinating stickers and washies. The next one is a 2-page spread for Scrapfest. You might have watched my haul. My sister and I went to a scrapbook expo in Richmond Hill, which is near Toronto. And I just took some pictures of like the kiosks and stuff that were set up. We had to take, I forget what it's called, like the York Transit System, I think it's called, which I'd never taken before, so I took a picture of that bus. This is the flyer they gave us while we were there. Picture of my sister shopping and a picture of me weighed down by all my heavy new scrapbooking supplies. Lots of journaling on this page and just some random stickers. And the next one is called Keep on Truckin'. My uncle is a trucker and he used to travel the eastern seaboard, but lately his roots have taken him into Toronto, so now we're going to be seeing him more often. So this is just a picture of him with a beer. We went out to watch a hockey game while he was in town. And I just love the colors on this page. So I use like a wood font here, and this is sort of a wood grain, a really dark wood grain paper, and then the teals and the greens. And this is from the We Are Family, I think, Simple Stories collection. It's a sticker and some coordinating washi tape. And I really like the way the colors came together in this page because they're colors that I don't often use. So I like when something works out when I don't expect it to. On the next page, I just put some, this is ephemera from the Ashbury Heights collection, and just some stickers that I have. I think that one's from Freckle Fawn. I think that's just random. And some Martha Stewart washi tape. On these ones, I used more of my vellum coloring pages. These are from Dover Coloring Books, and I just color the back of them and fussy cut them out and stick them down. I think they're really pretty. And then I used a Heidi Swap stencil to do all these crosses, and then I just used some alphas from my stash, and I had this curly stamp that's actually supposed to be part of a postmark, but it actually was just a great little place to do some writing about our, we took a bike ride that night. And yeah, I wasn't sure at first because like these were light purple and this is dark purple, but in the end I used so many shades of purple that I think it all comes together, and I liked it a lot. On these ones, I definitely was using up old alphas. These ones have been in my stash since 2011, and they don't match. Like they're like 3 different colors and 3 different fonts, and it's all the same set. So I just did my best to make something that looked okay. This is a picture of myself using one of the Snapchat filters to make me look like a deer, and I thought deer are fun fall icons. So thought that would be pretty funny. And then I used some Spice Marmalade Distress Ink and a stencil on these pages because I really love that sort of orangey color with teal. And this is, oh, that's just a picture of a note that I left for my husband on how to make dinner one night when I left him home alone. On these pages, I just used a bunch of purple stuff, some Concord, I think this is Dusty Concord Distress Ink, I'm pretty sure. And then I used my new Close to My Heart stamps that I got at Scrapfest to do this flower. And these were Close to My Heart stickers as well. And then these were some alphas that I wanted to use up. So this is a word that my sister and I use when you're scrapping, when you go shopping and you have scrapbook supplies everywhere, or when you've been scrapbooking and you have just a mess afterwards. We call it the crafter math. So I just wanted to put that word there. I think it's funny. And this one I put 6 a.m. pancakes because that's what my husband wanted for breakfast. The night before he's like, can we get up really early and have pancakes? And I was like, okay, whatever. So we did it. And then these pages, I was using up a bunch of the stuff that's left in the Ashbury Heights, so I cut this bow out of a sheet of pattern paper and I just put some washi tape behind it. This is one of the die cuts that was left, and I just used a couple Mamby stickers here and some more alphas here. And then I did like some packaging technique with some distress inks to do these little color splotches in the back, and I like how sort of watercolory they look and random. More listers got a list. This page was just about the baking that I'd done this week. We had no groceries. I was like, oh, there's nothing to eat. And I remembered I can bake anything, so I made 3 peach and blueberry pies, and I made 2 loaves of bread, and then there was lots of snack food in the house. So just pattern paper and just kind of a boxy pattern. Like this was a journaling card I trimmed down, and then I just matted my photos. And this is just some washi tape I wrote on with a Sharpie. The next one is called Sing for Joy. My sister and I joined a choir. That was her she's been in a choir for a long time when she lived in Halifax, and she wanted to find one here in Toronto. So I went with her this time. So I didn't have any pictures from the event, so I just used the flyer from the event, and there's a picture on the flyer of what it sort of looks like, so I included that. I covered up the other ones that weren't really relevant to me and put a journaling card on top. I did some journaling, and I die cut these music notes out of just with a new, I forget what brand it is, new die that I picked up, so at Scrapfest, and then just some washi and some matting. I think it looks good. The next page is called Critters, and it's just a little page that I dedicated to all the little creatures that have been running around my neighborhood lately. We've been seeing skunks and squirrels and mice and bunnies, and it just seems like there's so many more of them than there have, like, it's something to do with this time of year. They're all coming out. I know they're always there, but there's more of them now, so I just used a short list to list all the things we've been seeing. Here's a picture of some mice. That there were 6 mice right next to the sidewalk. They just didn't have any fear, and they were just eating a pile of birdseed, and that was just down the street. I used some jelly bean soup alphas here, and I just cut out a little banner. And then I had these googly-eyed stickers. I think they're Can Company. They've been sitting in my stash for a year, and I was like, you know what, they're critters. I want to use them. They're dimensional, and I don't usually use dimensional things, so I thought I'd put those in here. This is just cut out of a journaling card. And then the last scrappy page, I think it's the last scrappy page, is I have kept a daily journal for a full year. So I took a picture of all my Fauxbonichis over the last 365 days. And that is it for me. I'm not doing Fauxbonichi anymore. I'm changing my journaling after that. I think I'm going to do a separate video to talk about my Fauxbonichis and the experience and why I'm stopping. I don't think it's going to fit in this one. But yeah, I just printed off my journaling. I just used some, this is actually like mirror washi tape. It's pretty fancy. And then I just had some stars in my stash. I thought I'd put those down because I'm celebrating that I've finished the whole year. And then we get into some more journaling pages. So this was the night that we went to the choir. So again, I was just using up some alphas in my stash, and I had some of these Amy Tangerine music note stickers, so I put those down. Pretty simple page. And on these pages, I used up a couple of the last die cuts in this collection. I put some Chip Sapphire Distress ink with a Mod Podge stencil, and these were just some die cuts that had been sitting in my stash forever. Again, more alphas that I wanted to use up that say tea for 2, because my sister came over and we had tea and watched Star Trek. And my last page of Lister's Got a List, and I just had 3 spots left at the end, so I put, I've completed 1 year of Lister's Got a List. And that's enough, because I'm done with Lister's Got a List too. So yeah, that's it for my Fauxbonichi style journaling. Next up is Fauxdori style journaling, and I don't know if I have enough time to go through that on this video because we're already up to 13 minutes, but I will do a flip through of my setup on this one. So yeah, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching.